Welcome to the Phantom's Lair. This is the vegan, the Phantom of the Flat Earth Flatlands. And I'm here to talk about a response I received from Mr. Eric Dubay regarding the Mandela Effect. Basically, the thing is, I mean, I'll just read you what it says. I asked Mr. Dubay why he hasn't touched on the topic about the Mandela Effect. And why there's so many confirmed changes going on, but I've yet to hear anything about him regarding it, like a video. So now basically, this is his response to the Phantom. The Mandela Effect is an irrelevant non-topic. Obviously, I don't agree with that statement. It, it can't be irrelevant when hundreds of things have changed. I know personally in my life 6 have changed. There's no doubt about that. So it's definitely not irrelevant. The fact that the Jews, Masons, I don't think Masons have anything to do with this. This is something above the fifth in line. This is number one. This is the Jews. Are changing certain titles, phrases in their various medias is not proof that there is some psychological timeline meta manipulating going on where CERN is changing our reality. I completely disagree with that. Because this isn't just about changing titles and phrases in various medias. Now that alone you should make a video on that, because that's changed too. So why you would discount that? That's insane. But it's not just about Berenstain Bears or say Jiffy or anything. That's not the point here. The point is physical things have changed. All kinds of physical things have changed. The number one thing, the Bible. Whole bunch of physical words. I'll give you an example right now. The lion and the lamb was there, not there anymore. Trespasses. The Lord's Prayer was there, not there anymore. Where two or more are gathered. There's a whole bunch of things, physical things that have changed. Let's see. It is a more stupid distraction, disinformation to get people talking about La La Land issues with no substance. That's total BS. That makes no sense at all. That makes no sense. It's not a distraction. It's real. It's happening. You're even admitting it's happening. But if your only solution is to poo-poo it, that's not going to get anybody anywhere. Just because the Juice Masons changed Sex in the City to Sex and the City has nothing to do with CERN or timelines. I and others have never said the Juice or Masons change anything. I've always been of the opinion that it's CERN with the Juice. The Juice are always in charge of everything, but CERN are the ones that are, in my opinion, specialties that could do this. Now, number one, we don't know who's doing this, or how it's doing this. This is all conjecture and opinion. All we know that it's happening, and that's all we need to focus on. It's happening. They're merely changing keywords and trying to make you think you're crazy for noticing. I don't think I'm crazy because I know what I know. They're not just changing words, they're changing physical reality, the Heisman Trophy, the Statue of Liberty. No one's been up to the Statue of Liberty. That's insane. That's insane. If the entire fabric of reality was to change at will, as the Mandela Effect suggests, the only thing changed wouldn't be random spelling and innocuous titles of various books and movies. And that's not true, because, like I just said, beyond movies and titles, a whole bunch of physical things have changed, namely hundreds of things in the Bible, and others have touched on that. I'm not going to get into it right now, but the number one thing, the lion and the lamb, it was there. I know it was there. Heisman Trophy, the Statue of Liberty. No one's been up to the Statue of Liberty. That's insane. The dollar sign. A whole bunch of things. And we'll be here all night. So, and then he says, see the exchange I had for more. So, we'll go to his website, first, and see what he has to say. He's having basically a discussion with Elisa Hawk. I'd love to get a hold of Elisa Hawk because she's basically in this post challenging Eric Dubay to look into it, to study it. She believes it's real. She's giving him examples. And really, in the whole thread, he's just, once again, poo-pooing it. It doesn't mean anything. It's not worthy. It's not this. It's not that. I don't understand where he's coming from here. Not one bit. Let's see. I'll read you one of them. Well, Elise is talking about Bragg's vinegar, which it's brag. That's insane. It was never Bragg's. Well, I mean, that's just insane. It was always wow. So yeah, that's Elisa Hawk. She's the one that's for it. He's the one that's against it, and they're basically going back and forth here. And she's showing him respect and telling him, you're great on flat Earth. You're great in this. You're great in that. But why are you not? Why do you not want to look into this further? He keeps mentioning Sex in the City. There's hundreds of changes. That's not. That's just one of them. And she mentions the interview with the vampire instead of interview with the vampire. That's been changed, and he, once again, he just poo-poos it. Then the Berenstein Bears poo-poos it. It was always Berenstein with the Stein, not Stain. Dolly from Moonrakers, she's saying that that's real, which it was real. Everybody knows Dolly had braces. That's insane. She's telling him, Eric is telling her, we are being gaslighted. And this is the same as blood over intent crap that is being pushed along flat Earth. No one said anything about blood intent. I don't even know what that is. No one's gaslighting. This is happening. This has happened to me personally. And it's happened to hundreds of people personally. So no one's gaslighting anything. And on top of that, the major flat earthers aren't even talking about this. Or the major truthers aren't even talking about this. So I don't know who's gaslighting anybody. If anything, it's you're the one that's gaslighting. Let's see. The only way that would be possible is if we are, he's telling her, is if we are living in a simulation which can change things at will, like the Matrix. And this is exactly what mainstream media is now pushing. No one said anything about simulation. We don't know where this is coming from. But because we don't know where it's coming from, it doesn't give you the right to say it's a simulation and blame it on that. We don't know. No one's ever said it. I haven't personally said I know exactly where it's coming from. I have opinions, but we don't know. We don't know exactly where this is coming from. All we know is that it's happening. In this conversation, it's basically Elisa. It's like Elisa is the flat earther and Eric is the glober. She's giving him all this evidence and he's poo-pooing it one by one. Since the Big Bang is dying, they have to come up with new Mandela bullshit to make everyone think they are living inside an alien computer or something. And when this nonsense is presented side by side with verifiable, true, and far more important information like the flat earth, it discredits you in the eyes of neophytes who have never heard any of this stuff. That's crap. That's total garbage. That doesn't make no sense. Big Bang, it has nothing to do with things changing. They're changing things. That's a reality. That's not nothing to do with Big Bang. It's got nothing to do with neophytes. It's got nothing to do with the Matrix. Because we don't know who's doing this. It's that simple. All we know is that it's happening. We've got to figure out who's doing this, why it's happening. We can have opinions all day. All we know is that it's happening. The Mandela effect is real. She's telling him, obviously nothing has changed for you, Eric. As if it had, you would be more confounded. You sound like someone ridiculing. Elisa's telling Eric Dubay, you sound like someone ridiculing why the elitists would lie about the shape of the globe. Thank you. Thank you, Elisa. You took the words right out of my mouth. Until you've done enough research to see how ridiculous the globe is, you are only programmed to see it as a globe, so you can't imagine anything else is real. I wait until something you know and love has changed. And Lisa tells him, just like I just said, I haven't even clicked on the blood and intent videos. I don't even think she knows what they are. I don't know what they are. So Elisa's basically saying what I'm saying. And Eric's basically saying what the VHS videos have changed. Yes, they've changed. There's no doubt about that. They've changed. Okay, the oldest King James Bibles, the words instead of trespassers, they now say debtors. So yes, they've changed. Physical reality has changed. And she's giving an example. The four-seater on Life magazine. So she's giving him examples of physical reality, and he's poo-pooing it like it's nothing. He's basically on like a glober, trying to disprove the flat Earth. This is insane. She's giving him examples. The four-seater, the 1963 Life magazine photo shoot. Let's see. He keeps saying the Masons are changing various titles and phrases. It's not just titles and phrases, Eric. In their media, making you think you're crazy for noticing. Even if it was just titles and media, that's insane. Because there's residue where those titles weren't there at the beginning. In the beginning, so that argument. It falls right on its face. You literally think at this point that it is more likely that the elite have technology that reorganizes atoms so they can sneak into people's bookshelves and change arbitrary pronouns and book titles? Once again, you're appealing to something that we don't know because we don't know who's doing this. So you can't appeal to that. Some kind of atomizer, reorganizer gun that they shoot at old copies of Moonraker and it takes away Dolly's braces. That's just mockery. Now you're just making fun of it. How is that more logical than they are using CGI, changing things, and then having a few shill potatoes gaslight you? That's garbage. You're the one acting like a shill potato. And he's giving her example of the guy on the tank. That's crap, because I remember exactly what Elisa's saying. He was run over. Nobody knows about anything other than that. It was just he was run over. And he's telling her because I haven't seen the full clip. I didn't have to see the full clip because at that time nobody heard about anything other than he was run over. There was no full clip. All we heard was he was run over. So, but in this reality, he wasn't run over. They've changed things. It's that simple. That's how the Mandela effect works. I don't think you understand how the Mandela effect works. That's how it works. Let's see. And she's telling them back about. She's going back up to the four-seater on the assassination vehicle photo shoot. She's poo-pooing that. She's giving him examples of the Berenstain Bears. Anne Rice not remember the name of her own book regarding the interview with the vampire. And he's back to Masons are creating these medias for part of the psyop. This is no psyop. This is reality. I'm living in reality, and things have changed. And I'm trying to figure out what they are. But poo-pooing it is not helping anybody. It's not solving anything. The Jews, the Masons are just tweaking their various medias. Again, you think you're crazy to make you think you're crazy for noticing. I'm not crazy, so that's crazy. You saying that. If the ability to reorganize atoms existed, or the ability to change our reality existed, I'm sure the controllers would be changing more things than movie phrases and book titles. And they have. There's all kinds of examples. Obviously, you haven't looked into it because you wouldn't just say and then the movie phrases and book titles. Now that alone, that's crazy. You should be investigating the movie phrases and book titles. But it's way beyond that. It's physical stuff that's changed. So, like I said, now you're sounding like a glober. This is crazy. And she's telling the Bernstein Bears were there's residue of them being on TV Guide up until 2011. The Life magazine. And she closes with, there comes a point where they don't seem like they can all be reconciled within our current concept of reality. And he does say, I'm only posting this here in the show wall of shame because we have been discussing the Mandela effect. This is not to suggest any shilliness on the part of Elisa. And this is all on the iFirst chat. This is what was sent to me. And the rest of his followers down below basically are just crapping all over the Mandela effect. It's obvious none of them have researched it or investigated it, because it's just one after another crapping on them. Oh, and there's a post here about ODD. Well, now you're friends with ODD. So what happened there? First he was a show, then he was friends with Patricia and Mark, and now you're friends with him. So, but you can look into that in his iFirst website. Now, what are my final thoughts? Well, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Eric Dubay is great on Flat Earth, the dinosaur hoax, and nuclear hoax, but veganism. But like I said, I'm not going to stay in one arena. I'm moving forward. I'm pushing, and I'm moving forward. I'm trying to find other things. I'm not going to stay in the same arena. I'm going to keep going. So I don't understand why. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on with Eric Dubay. I don't understand why he's acting like this. I don't understand why he's just poo-pooing this, shoving it to the side. The Mandela effect is real. Yes, physical copies have changed. Yes, physical reality has changed. There's all kinds of examples. Well, I'll be here hours talking about the examples. But because we don't know what it is, it's some kind of simulation or CERN. I don't know. I have no clue. It's like telling me what's going to happen after we die. I don't know. I have no clue. But all I know is I am going to die. All I know is the Mandela effect is real, Eric. So, suggestion time. Suggestion is research this for a month, total month. Look at your personal Mandela effects, because everybody's affected. So I know you got to have one. And if you don't want to expose this, that's fine. Because I will continue to expose this, because this is real. So, you do you, I'll do me.